What's going on? Ah, shit. My shirt on right. Old school shit. You see how faded that is, you guys? That's good shit. It's Coach Rye from Functional Flex, you guys, today. Talking about reverse diets, okay? So reverse diet, this term comes around, it's all around the industry, okay? For competitors, for weight loss people, for fat loss, basically for anybody who's done a diet or tried to lose weight for a long time. You're in a caloric deficit, okay? So your calories are low, and now you gotta get back out of that. You gotta get back to normal calories. For competitors, it's very common after a contest prep. Got to get your calories back. But nobody wants to gain a ton of weight right out the gate, right? If you just did a weight loss challenge or something and you lost 20 pounds, you're not trying to go gain 30. And after your contest prep, you've done 12, 16 weeks of all this kind of dieting down, getting ready for the stage. You got your stage body. You're not trying to lose that and gain 30 pounds. But we see that all the time. And it's because people go right back into normal kind of eating. They go right back into binge eating. They go all over the damn place and nowhere that they need to be, which is a reverse diet. So, I want to take this minute for today in this video to tell you guys what a reverse diet is and how it works, how it should be coached, how you could try to do it, all these kind of different things about the reverse diet. Okay, so what is the reverse diet? Basically, you guys, you got to add your calories back in. And that's the simplest way to put it. Now, our calories are broke down into proteins, carbs, fats, fibers. Those are going to be your macronutrients, okay? So you've heard this stuff. But it's basically the amount of protein that you eat, the amount of carbs, and the amount of fats, and the fibers that you're going to get into your body in a day. Now, if you've been dieting down, okay? Here's our maintenance. This is where your body's at to maintain its weight. Dieting down requires you to drop your calories lower. So when your calories are down here, this is where we're in a caloric deficit, okay? Caloric deficit means fat loss, means weight loss, means burning fat, whatever the hell you want. Basically, a place where you're not going to make muscle gains. You're kind of putting a stressor on your body all the time. Your performance output's going to go down. All these different things are going to happen down here because you're in a caloric deficit, more or less kind of survival mode in your brain, okay? So you're using body fat stores for energy, etc. Any fat loss diet, you guys, no matter what you're doing or who you are, that's going to happen here in the caloric deficit, okay? So now what we need to do with the reverse diet is we need to try to get back here for one. We got to try to get back to our maintenance level, and then hopefully we want to go beyond that. Now we want to increase the calories, increase the macros, and keep climbing up with minimal body fat gain, maximal kind of recompositioning gain. So you can gain some muscle mass as you increase your calories and minimize the amount of body fat you got to put on so you can boost your metabolic rate, get your hormones back in check, get your metabolism back in check, and you can do a successful kind of contest prep or a strict dieting protocol without having to gain a ton of weight after, which is extremely ideal for many, many reasons, you guys. Most people don't know this, but body fat cells become resilient. The more times that we burn them, they are going to have a hard time burning the next time. And what that means is a lot of people think that when you burn fat, it vanishes, right? This kind of idea in your head of, oh, burn fat, it's gone forever. You guys, that's not true. Body fat burning, you have a fat cell, okay? When we burn fat, our body uses that fat cell for energy, cell shrinks down. Cell still stays in the body. Cell does not die. Cell does not leave you through sweat or through piss or whatever the hell people tell you. The cell stays right in your fucking body. The size of it has just shrunk down, okay? So that cell now has shrunk down. Body fat cell's smaller, but it can be refilled at any time. Say you go out and you binge and you fucking go on a binger for 30 days after your diet or your contest prep. So expands, and it gets even bigger. And every time that you go burn it again for a new prep or a new diet, and then you bring it back up, it becomes more and more resilient to fat burn in the first place. And so the way that you're going to have to train, and the way that you're going to have to diet, and the way you're going to have to do this, that, and everything else becomes that much more difficult to get the same result. Obviously, that doesn't sound very ideal, does it? So the reverse diet has a number of benefits because you're going to be able to put on muscle mass, you're going to be able to boost your metabolic rate, and you'll be able to get your hormones, everything in line, eat more calories, eat even in a surplus, and have very minimal fat gain. If you're a competitor, this is, in my mind, the only fucking way you should do this. Absolutely the only way that you should compete is in the idea that you're going to do reverse diets after comp, and you're going to then continue on that path with keeping a lean physique, keeping a muscular physique, training your improvement areas, all that stuff, But you're not going to go gain 30 pounds in the off season while you're binging out. And this is what happens all the time, guys. A lot of people will hire a coach for like 12, 16 weeks. They'll do the prep. And then day after comp, you don't have a coach. So you've been eating all your food in a regimented way, whether it's macros or meal plans, whatever's out there. And then you've been training a certain way for all this time. And now comp day comes, comp's over. So now you're going to go binge out. And now you're on your own the next day. And you're left to your own devices. And most people, I will say, guys, most preps are way too strict, way too hardcore. People are getting hammered, they're getting totally depleted, and they're starving, they're craving, they're hungry, and they can't control the binge that happens after. It's the biggest disservice in this industry if you're a coach and you let somebody walk away without a proper reverse diet. And if you don't know how to do one, get the fuck out of the coaching industry, man. You should not be here anyway if you're playing with people's calories and their macros and their diets like that and you don't know how to do this. So that's a topic for another time. But the point is, you guys, if you're left on your own devices, you're going to probably binge out. You're going to probably go eat a bunch of pizza and donuts and all this shit. That's another fucking story. The point is, you have to have a reverse diet. And if you have a reverse diet, it's going to keep you on track. Because you're still going to be tracking your calories after the fact. You're still going to be tracking your macros after the fact. We're still going to be rocking and rolling after the fact. The show hits, we don't stop. We continue on. We keep making progress. We keep making gains. We keep the lean physique that you work so hard for. And you build into a new lifestyle with balance. The 365 kind of physique where you can maintain what you need to maintain all the time, keep it going, and have zero fucking issues. And that's what we want to do, you guys. That's the ideal scenario all the time. For some reason, my fucking camera's blinking. Hopefully you guys are getting this. Otherwise, I'll rant out again. But the point is, you guys, we want to maintain this body. We don't want to mess around with this. We want to get the reverse diet in the right place, and we want to go with it, okay? That's what's going to be most healthy. That's what's going to be best for your body in the long term. It's going to be best for the metabolism, etc. And now let's say you've done a successful reverse diet for a long period of time. You can get those macros way up here and still be at a very lean body mass, okay? So now we get calories. Let's say you add up 1,000 from your normal kind of whatever your maintenance. So you get a ton of calories in, you're eating all this food. Now when you go to compete again, you guys, you've maintained basically the same level of body fat. Okay, you're gonna put a little bit on, it's inevitable, but you've done the best you could to minimize the amount of fat gain. You didn't go gain 30, 40 pounds in the off season. You've stayed lean, you've made muscle gains, and your calories are up here now. So now when we wanna go compete, we drop down. And this means that the amount of calories you have to drop, the net is a lot higher than normal, okay? Normally, you were here at maintenance, you gotta go way down here to burn fat. Now, if your new maintenance has been created up here, now you just gotta go down here, which is higher than your normal maintenance in a lot of ways. So, you guys, super important, okay? Obviously, we can't underestimate the power of doing a reverse diet successfully. So how do we do one? How do we do it in the first place, okay? It should be coached. I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you're watching this on your own, you made it this far, hopefully I've convinced you that this is not something you should do on your own, something you should wing. This should be coached. If your coach doesn't know how to do this, get a different coach. I'm not saying just me. I mean, I'll do it for you. But get a different coach, okay? You need a coach that knows their shit. If they don't know how to do a reverse diet, they don't know their fucking shit anyway. You should be working with them, okay? But you need to have this coached, you guys, because this is super important. The way that it's done, the macros, the way they're added in, the way that you're going to progress out, and how your physique has to be monitored, all these different things are going to come into play to make sure that it is successful. If you do the reverse diet incorrectly, you will still get the same result as if you went and binged out. You will gain fat too fast. You will get kind of these binge eating mentalities. You're going to have all this kind of mindset shit, and then you're going to be in a body that you don't like, a physique that you don't want, and now you don't know how to move forward with it, okay? So if you do the reverse diet incorrectly, it's not going to work. And most of you that are just going to wing this shit will do it incorrectly. I'll tell you right now, right at the gate, it is not just, oh, I need to add a little bit of calories in. I've heard of coaches like sending out little fucking PDF generic bullshit to their athletes saying, do it yourself. You got this. Fucking incredible bullshit. Such a disservice, okay? If you got a coach like that, slap those motherfuckers up, move on, get a different coach. Point is, you guys, if you want to do this type of stuff, what you need to do is make sure that you're paying attention to the macros. So we got the proteins, the carbs, the fats, and the fibers. We need to increase the macros that we need to increase up for the most part to get you back to homeostasis, to get you then into the surplus, to get you into the reverse diet. Usually this can come from your carbs, okay? We want to get the carbs in the right spot. Carbs oftentimes in a prep are going to go way down. Most of you all are going to keep your protein up, okay? Because coaches, in their head, protein, protein, protein. So they're going to keep your protein up. You probably don't need to do anything with the protein. Leave the protein where it's at, okay? You got to get your carbs up and you got to get your fats up. Fats are largely responsible for a lot of the hormone function in your body. So if those are down, if you're on one of those low-fat coaches that are like fucking 15, 20 grams of fat, you got to get that shit up, okay? I don't care who you are. That shit should be about 40 or higher all the time. Get it up there, work your way up, okay? Same with your carbs. You gotta start reversing those out. Hopefully you can add back in carbs at a pace that you're not gonna gain a lot of body fat. And you gotta monitor your physique all the time when you're doing this stuff, you guys. A lot of people are just like, oh, cool, I'm gonna add 100 calories and it's fine, no big deal. It doesn't work that way, you guys. You gotta pay attention to it. When I coach an athlete through a reverse diet, I'm literally checking on them several times through the week for the first few weeks after reverse, because we're trying to make sure that everything is working in the right manner, because I want to get that metabolism in the right spot. I want to get this person to keep the body they work so hard for and to continue to improve it along the path. I don't want to have to see somebody go through a 30-pound weight gain and then you restart and do it all over again, especially when I know that the body fat cells become resilient and all kinds of other things. We're jacking with the metabolism, the hormone profile, all of it. Camera died, but we're back. That must have been why I was blinking, huh? Okay, if we're fucking with all those variables, you guys, it's got to be done correct. There's a lot of things that need to be paid attention to. I'm checking in with my athletes a few times a week to make sure everything's going good, getting check-in pictures, getting all this stuff. How you feeling? How's this working? How's that working? And that's how we get there, okay? We're not just throwing calories in, and every single person's reverse diet is different. Every single competitor, let me say this again, every single competitor, their reverse diet will be different. So if you have a coach that sends out the same shit to everybody, or is not paying attention to you customizing shit, slap that motherfucker up. Move on. You gotta get something that's gonna work, okay? It's gotta be custom built for you. Your macros gonna be in a different spot than everybody else. Your body's gonna act differently than everybody else. Your metabolism, your hormones, your fucking bone structure, all this stuff, you guys. Your DNA is different. Everything's different. It's gotta be custom, okay? And the way you reverse has to be custom. Now, if you do this correctly, it will take anywhere from, let's say, 4 to 8 weeks. Could be more, could be less. Depends, you guys. You're going to be in that window of time for the most part. I will say that most of my competitors are in that window of time. And then you're going to want a reverse diet for basically as long as you can. Like, literally, you should want to do that all the time. It might depend on your show schedule. It might depend on, you know, whatever your goals are competing. Or if you're somebody who's just doing weight loss, fat loss, whatever. Could depend on how you want to maintain your physique, but basically, you guys, as your goals change, as your schedule changes, etc., you should always have the idea that you want to keep adding in food as long as you can while maintaining a lean body mass and build muscle mass and boosting your metabolism and getting you in a healthy spot, because that is the ideal all the time. Obviously, you don't want to get to the point where you're eating 10,000 calories a day and maintaining, because that's just fucking crazy and expensive, but you know what? I'll tell you the truth, I've heard of this happening before. I've never coached anybody that high, but I have coached women that are like 130 pounds up to calories that are like triple what I eat. And for reference, I'm 220, you guys. I maintain about 220 all year, eating, you know, my calories. And I'll have literally women that are like 130 pounds. But they reverse diet so successfully for so long that they'll eat literally 3 times as many calories as I do in a day, and they love it. And that's what the ideal should be all the time, you guys. Everything you do, when you go diet again, when you go contest prep again, the goal should be to eat as much as you can and get the best possible result. Okay? That's how you do this for the longevity of the sport. That's how you do this for the longevity of forever, is you continue to monitor these variables and keep them in control. Okay? So now I'm just about ranting on here. Point of the matter is, you guys, the reverse diet is the most important part of your contest prep every time. This is what I say all the time. I hear competitors that are like, oh no, I didn't do a reverse. Oh no, I didn't have a coach for that. Oh no. It's the most important part of your entire contest prep, because it's going to dictate how your health works for the next 6 to 18 months at least, with your hormones and your metabolism. It's going to dictate how well you can burn fat for the rest of your life. It's going to dictate, you know, if you get that post-comp depression, you get all these other fucking things that come into play. Depends on how well you take care of yourself after the show. And if that doesn't make sense to you guys, if you're willing to do lifelong damage to your body to go compete one time, this video isn't for you. But if you're somebody who wants to compete in the long haul of life, you want the best results, you want to keep the physique that you work for, you want to maintain and you want to have it for the lifelong health of for fucking ever, this video is for you. So take this into consideration, guys. If this helped you at all, share this shit out. This is so underplayed in this industry. It is disgusting to me how underplayed this is and how many coaches do not do this. And this needs to be aware to athletes, especially first-time competitors and things like that have no clue what's to come. Because these are the people that have the worst experiences, and they're left to their own devices, and they can't control, and they don't know what to expect. They have no clue where to go or where to head, and then it's all a shit show. So you guys have the power to prevent this right now by helping me get the word out. And anybody who's watching this, you need help, you're lost, you don't know where you've been, you don't know what to do, you had a coach that didn't help you with that shit, whatever. Hit me up, you guys. I'm not going to charge you. I'm not going to ring your card or fucking something to send me an email and ask me a question. No. I'm here to help you. I want to help you. This is my passion. This is what I believe in. This is important shit. And I want to help you out. So if you have a question, you guys, you know where to find me. You can email me directly at ryan@teamfflex.com. You can hit me up on Instagram. You can hit me right here on this channel. Drop a comment. Do whatever. I'll give you my cell phone number. You call me. Alright, you guys? It's important to me. So share this out. Hit me up if you need help. Thanks for watching. You guys are fucking rad. I appreciate you all so damn much. Coach Rad, peace out.